Brought to you by ExpressCare Health and Skin Center. Get in, get out, get better.
All right, half a day, everybody, and welcome. Dr. Jitka Lom from ExpressCare is here, and we are talking, Dr. Lom, about some of the dangers of sharing in a broad context.
Sure.
Now, just to let you know, when I was, like but a lad going to St. Anthony's, like way back, this is still like maybe the mid to late 80s, and it was very common back then, just to give you some idea. A lot of kids would share sodas, they would share, drinks. Drinking at the water fountain wasn't as, kind of like un-PC as it is now and everything like that. But the sharing of commercial products, like say cosmetics and everything like that, that can actually have some dangers.
Right. Well, when we apply things to our face and especially sponges or brushes or especially tweezers too that women might use, even men on their nose or whatever, when you use those things on your face, you sometimes contaminate them and they'll have bacteria on them, and then they're sitting around in your bathroom growing more bacteria like a petri dish, and then you're putting it back on your face and maybe on somebody else's body if they're sharing with you. So you want to sort of keep to your own as far as those things.
So basically any cosmetic kit, fortunately, I don't know enough about makeup as you do and everything like that, but any compact and everything like that, you should buy one per person.
One per person. So your makeup, your nail things, your tweezers, anything that sort of is to do with personal hygiene should be personal, not shared, sort of toothbrushes, even hairbrushes for things like lice and bacteria.
Okay, how about those men's grooming kits, which often have nail clippers?
Right. So keep your own nail clippers just for yourself. And the thing is, it's important to clean these instruments. Their scissors, their tweezers, their clippers, all of these things should be cleaned. And the best way to clean them is with an old toothbrush, just with soap and water, and brush them and dry them. When you dry them, then there's not as much opportunity for bacteria to grow. If you don't have time for that or you're just not into that, you can just get some rubbing alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, and put it in a little dish and just dip your things in them, and that's a quick way to sanitize them. But the main thing to do is to avoid having debris on your clippers and scissors and tweezers and all these things that you use, even razors. You don't want to have all that debris on there because that's a good medium for bacteria to grow and fungus too.
Now let me play devil's advocate. If I over-clean my instruments, can I actually develop rust on them and wind up giving myself tetanus?
Oh, no.
Can you tell how paranoid I am?
Well, this is a good thinking process, but thankfully you had a tetanus shot as a child, so it's impossible for you to get tetanus.
Yes.
And a lot of these instruments are stainless steel. If they do rust, then throw them away and get a new one.
Now, how about razors? Because razors typically by their nature are stainless steel, so they shouldn't rust and that kind of. And every once in a while you'll see, like, maybe there might be some women, like, here in our newsroom, not to say that we do that, but, they may share the same razor to shave, shave their legs, shave their, certain women within the same family may do that and everything. Is that dangerous?
They really shouldn't do that because, again, as you may know, staph infections are very, very common on Guam, and the people carry them on their hairs, carry Staphylococcus bacteria on their hair, especially the hair inside their nostrils. So that's why I always tell patients at the office, if they have a boil or a sore, they must begin cleaning their nose and put some antibiotic ointment inside their nose so that they don't shed the bacteria on themselves and others, so they don't get Guam sores and boils and styes and all these type of infections. So you can imagine if you're shaving and you nick your skin a little bit and you create a little tiny cut, you could get a staph infection in there, especially if you're diabetic or have any other health problems. So don't share your razors. And one little tip there, if your razor or your instrument is getting a little bit rusty or there's some debris on it, you can just rub it against your towel and clean it and get that stuff off. Otherwise, throw it away.
Well, boys and girls out there, I know everybody wants to do the cool thing and you want to say, you share your toothbrush with your significant other or something like that. That's just gross. Okay? And if you really want to prove that you love somebody, spend the money on them, get them their own toothbrush, their own razor, their own
that is true.
Their own hygiene kit.
Because think of all the things you can get. You can get cold sores, meaning sores around your mouth. You can get viral infections, meaning sore throats and so on. You can get bacterial infections, and especially gingivitis. Gingivitis is inflammation of the gums, okay, where they're sore and so on. And if people are sharing toothbrushes, they're just passing those bacteria, so don't do that.
Now, I hope the camera can accurately capture how lovely you look today with your mascara and your eyeshadow.
Thank you.
But that should not be also shared between multiple people. And is it just the applicator itself,
No.
or it's even the mascara?
It's the whole thing. Now think of this: when you apply mascara or eyeliner, these kind of liquid things, you're taking a wand, you're applying it to your skin, and you're putting the wand back into the little container. So whatever germs you had on your skin got onto the wand, and they're in the container now. Especially if they're in a warm thing, you've got them in your purse, in the car, whatever. Those bacteria are growing inside. So you should not keep your mascara or eyeliner or these liquid things for more than a few months. Like 3 months really is about it on Guam. Throw it away and get a new one. And never share liquid eyeliners or mascara, because you'd be passing bacteria and you could get pink eye. So don't do that.
In terms of the passage of bacteria, that's functionally the same thing as like double dipping. Say like you eat half of a carrot,
Right.
you stick it in the ranch
Right.
sauce, you eat the other half, you stick it back in and everything like that.
Yeah.
Again, that's just gross. I mean, I know it's tempting and everything like that. Have respect for yourself and for your
Yeah.
for your fellow partygoers. Okay, real quick, should contact lenses be stored at a certain temperature here because of our humidity?
Yeah, same thing. So keeping things in a nice, cool, dry environment. That's why bathrooms aren't really the best place to store things, because there's a shower
They're
and
muggy.
it's very muggy and moist. So try to keep things, if you can, maybe in your bedroom where it's a bit cooler.
Interesting. Okay, we
Yeah.
have a lot more questions, so you want to get to these after the break?
Sure, thank
All
you.
right, let's do that. All
Okay.
right, everybody sit tight because we have more questions on what is gross and what is appropriate. That's coming up after this.